My role as Group Finance Director at the Ageas Bowl involves looking after this wonderful 200-acre site that you've got here from a financial perspective. So we have a 171-room Hilton Hotel. We have the fabulous international cricket venue that you can see behind us here, which hosts the Southern Braves, the Hampshire Hawks, our Southern Vipers team, and also our Hampshire Cricket team. We also have on site our Beefies restaurant, our E4 spa, our Hampshire Wellness Clinic. I'm Group Finance Director, so tasked with responsibility for the financial stewardship, governance, and making sure that we're responsible for financial risk management and control and mitigation. Day to day, my role involves responsibility for group financial accounts, so that would be month-end accounts, budgets, forecasts, managing cash across the business, investment appraisals of projects, and long-term financial planning for the business. So just to give you an example of what that looks like, so over the last week, I've met with the Director of Cricket to look at his playing budget for next season. I've met with the groundsman to look at their 5-year CapEx budget, sat down and analysed variances with the head of catering, and also looked across the future in terms of what future development projects might hold for us here at the venue. My journey into the sports sector, so at the University of Huddersfield, I did a 4-year course there, where the first 2 years I did an accounting diploma in higher education, which gave me exemptions from ACCA papers 1 to 10. Then my 3rd year at university, I did the last 4 ACCA papers. So I was already ACCA exam qualified in my 3rd year at university. And my 4th year, I did a degree in accounting and finance and came out a first class honours degree. So from there, I joined an international accountancy practice where some of my clients included football clubs, sports governing bodies, and also concert halls. So that was all valuable experience that I'd use later in my career. Then joined KPMG, international accountancy firm, and had the opportunity to work on large sportswear company audits and also again sports clubs as part of that role. I was very lucky for my first role in industry, where I joined the Bridgewater Hall in Manchester as a finance and commercial director. The Bridgewater Hall is an international concert for classical music venue, and it is also a conference venue. So there's a lot of parallels between music and football in terms of secondary spend, ticketing, hospitality that you're analysing and preparing financial analysis for. So that put me in good stead as I went through my career. From there, I went to Asda, where I did a lot of variance analysis around rate and volumes, which today we look at in the stadium here when analysing our ticket spend and our retail spend, our hospitality spend. And I was very lucky at Asda to go and work at Man City, where I picked up the new training ground project, which was a £200 million facility, the new South Stand expansion project at the Etihad Stadium, and launching a women's football team who we took from crowds of 500 up to 3,500 in the space of a few years. So yeah, that was my journey into sports. My top tips for accountancy professionals. So number one, I think perseverance pays off. So to coin a phrase that was used by the late Shane Warne, who played over 300 times for Hampshire Cricket Club, he said, never give up. Absolutely never ever give up. And I think in your accountancy career, that's something that you have to have, is that perseverance and that resilience. So I can remember when I was starting out in my career and I was applying for training contracts at accountancy firms, I got tens of letters back that were rejection letters, but you have to keep going forward and then eventually you'll get that break. So you have to let those bad days in your career strengthen your resolve to try even harder to succeed, I think, and take lessons from them, grow as an accountant, as an individual. And yeah, that would be my first tip, is perseverance pays off. My second tip for young finance professionals is around integrity and honesty and your reputation. So I think reputation is key to any accountant, and how you kind of carry yourself within a business, the integrity that you have, whether how you dress, how you treat yourself, how you treat customers, suppliers, how you treat your colleagues, and how you turn up and show up for events is really important. People have to have credibility in yourself. You have to have honesty in the numbers that you're presenting. Yeah, so reputation is key as a finance professional, I'd say. My third top tip is around respect. So the respect that you have for yourself, for your colleagues, and for individuals within a business. I've been really fortunate in my career to work with some really great leaders. So people like Anne Pitcher that I worked with at Selfridges, Brian Marwood that I worked with at Man City, and now David Mann, who's our CEO at the cricket club that you see behind me here. No matter how hectic their schedules are, they always find time to go and find people and say thank you for their work, to show them the appreciation for the work that they've done. And I think having that respect for individuals is really important. It's something that I'm trying to take into my career as a group finance director and emulate in my role as well.